As a child, I was in a state of perpetual existential crisis. Deep down, I understood that my house and your house is a conceptual fortress, which is actually a house of cards.
As a child, I was in a state of perpetual existential crisis. Deep down, I understood that my house, your house, is a conceptual fortress, which is actually a house of cards. We think we know what knowing is, but the reality is a showbiz for the brain, an intricate web designed to dazzle and entertain, a perpetual performance put on in perpetuity to give the illusion a sense of continuity, original idea deemed inane, all in an effort to keep one from becoming insane, kept erect and standing tall to keep out the idea we know nothing at all. Political, ideological, religious, scientific measurements, a collaborative, prefabricated consensus, all of which trick the senses into labeled belief, so that we may find some relief in the series of carefully constructed safeguards that look like churchyards and schoolyards and bank cards, all written on scorecards and note cards and flashcards, sleight of hand for the branding of the brain, putting out of mind so that we do not go insane. If it doesn't make sense or seems like nonsense, we are met with timetables and times tables and scheduled events, confronted with blowhards with punch cards, vanguards of topic and experts rushing to the defense, doctrine and dogma, equations and fact, a razzle-dazzle to steer us back on track, so that our delicate sensibilities understand just what it is we should believe. Hidden away are the junkyards and graveyards and anything else that we are told to discard, so that we may have some semblance of order, some measure of comfort, so that the mind doesn't confuse with things that would make it contort. If you have to defend it, then you should become suspicious. Something indeed has taken over that is knowingly malicious. Oh, it wants its survival, wants the cards to remain. For if they came crashing down, we might understand we are all born insane. Insane is defined as a state of mind which prevents normal perception, behavior, or social interaction. By normal perception, we mean what's in line with the predominant faction's abstractions, and that's the only acceptable behavioral social interaction. So by its very definition, any challenge or suspicion will once again lead me back into submission. Razzle-dazzle. Here we go. The punishment of choice is the next dog and pony show. Study up, get the facts, seek a doctor, go to school, but above all else, follow the outlined rules. I could read every book and write every word, and still what I know would be nothing that could be heard. For even no thing is something, even silence is the absence of sound. How do I even know that I have feet that touch ground? Someone told me, taught me, showed me, labeled it, geotabled it, gave me the facts. A social matrix of Mondays and Tuesdays, contracts and artifacts, all designed to tell me exactly how to act and how it is done. This is the earth, here is the sun. Does day follow night or night follow day? Should I go or should I stay? Should I listen or should I speak? Will I or won't I? The house of cards dictates my speech. The reality is we all have amnesia, not knowing how or why or when. Was there ever a beginning? Will there ever be an end? How did we get here? Who are we really? When we break it all down, it seems arbitrary and silly, because everything known is unknowable. Everything certain is this: we all really know nothing, and from nothing is where we exist. Oh, sure, I may touch an inkling. I may feel a spark. I may intrinsically understand I am the rings, my body the bark. But really and truly, we are bound by flesh, at least for a time, fumbling in the dark, searching for the divine.
As a child, I was in a state of perpetual existential crisis. Deep down, I understood that my house and your house is a conceptual fortress, which is actually a house of cards.
As a child, I was in a state of perpetual existential crisis. Deep down, I understood that my house, your house, is a conceptual fortress, which is actually a house of cards.
Just wanted to say I love ya. Scully loves ya. Bye.